Hey there, Vanagon addicts. This is Ken Wilford here at Vanagon. Frankenstein's monster is about to arise right in front of your eyes. We've been working on installing our lithium battery, and I showed you yesterday the install of the battery, just setting it in there. It fits right in the battery box. This is your lead acid battery, of course, your starter battery. Everybody knows that. Basically, to attach our charging system, you have to have a wire going to this here somewhere. Of course, you wouldn't just run it like this, but this is just all temporary, so we can make sure, like before we permanently set everything up, that this is the way we want it set up. So I just ran a wire over here to a 40 amp fuse, okay, which is, I've got two 40 amp fuses living down in this zone down here where the battery is. Okay, you can kind of see here is the battery. Okay, it's in there. Well, I've got two 40 amp fuses down here. One is going between the starting battery and the charger, the red arc. The other one is going between the red arc and the secondary battery. That way we've got it, protected both ways. If we wanted to do it the way Volkswagen designed it, we wouldn't have any fuses whatsoever, because they didn't put any fuses on anything between the battery and the fuse panel. And believe me, there were definitely things going on there. So what's happening right now, we have got a little panel installed temporarily as well. Basically, this is supposedly going to tell you how much voltage is coming in to our system. Okay, and you can kind of see, if it's not too washed out, 13.4 right now. A minute ago, before I started doing this video, we had a light on here showing us that our solar panel was charging, but it's getting towards the end of the day, so it's possible that that has stopped working now. Maybe. It's not really on a very good angle for charging. I'll show you that in a minute, where I've got that temporarily. Everything is temporary because right now we're just trying to figure out where we want it to be, work out the bugs, and then we can permanently mount stuff in a person's van that is going to actually want us to mount it there. So so right now, okay, we've got this thing all hooked up. Let's see, where's the keys to this thing? Aha, magically they appear. Alright, let me go up here and we will start the van, which I had out of gear but now is back in gear again. Alright, now it's out of gear. Let me start it up. Okay, I don't actually have any driver's seat or anything, so I just had to do that. Alright, so as we're starting it up here, got our other meter. Okay, so our main battery, can you grab this black lead here, please? Alright, our main battery is charging at, it's saying 13.18. Let me rev it just a little tiny bit. But you can kind of see over here on the red arc, we've got this light lit up. This is lithium. Okay, that's a lithium light. We've got these other two lights lit up as well. One of them says vehicle and the other one says stage. Okay, so the vehicle and the stage means that it's being charged off of the alternator. Then you can kind of see this actually went up to 13.7. Okay, so it's definitely charging. Like I said, this system is very nice. It's set up in a good way. You've got your vehicle charging. Okay, when it's not on, it isolates this. It isolates your main battery from this automatically. And it also allows for solar charging if the panel is giving you enough voltage and stuff to actually do something. So like I said, right now maybe it just isn't. It's possible. Okay, so that's working good. I mean, it's definitely putting some juice back into this battery. The next stage, and you can see we've still got stuff kind of rough over here. I got a cap from a water bottle on top of the power thing on the battery here just to protect that. This is all of our ground leads. You can kind of see there's a place here that's for like where the battery's supposed to be. There was a metal thing supposed to hold the old style battery in. We just use that as a ground connector. And it's real super temporary. Let me kind of show you what I've got going for the solar panel as well. Okay, like I said, that was working a couple of minutes ago, and all of a sudden now it's decided to not work. But so here is our solar panel up here on the roof. This is what you call a Greasonic flexible panel. Okay, and you can see my high-tech mounting system, which is basically just tie wraps that's going into the cleats on top of the luggage rack, holding the panel in place so that we can do some testing. If I had forgot and started driving down the road, it's not going to blow away. In the instructions for the Greasonic, it's like you can put suction cups on a car roof and hold it with that. I mean, that's possible. But you could also, back here, you could use some really high double-sided tape and double-side down like 3 of these panels. This is a 100-watt panel. You could have up to 3 of these if you needed them, 300 watts, and be charging your system with that. Let me walk around to the other side. I need to do my J.J. Abrams lens flare apparently, and also my French art house like out of focus pictures. This camera is so stupid. Okay, so now we're here. Again, you see what I've got here. I've got these 2 wires for the solar panel just coming down through the door jamb here. We do have a fuse right here in our power side, and this is our ground side, which basically gets grounded to the same ground position as everything else. If I was going to do this, running these wires, I would probably, if I was sticking the panels to the roof, I would probably run the wires maybe into this vent right here and down, okay, and then under the car and up, doing like a permanent install that way for the panels. But I'm still kind of working that out. I mean, the other cool part about these panels is they're super light, they're super flexible. So if you had a way to mount them temporarily, like say to a roof rack, and you got to where you wanted to go, you could easily like pop it off of that. You could set it right here on top of the windshield and have the window wipers just hold it there. I mean, it's just super light. The thing weighs not even a whole pound. I don't know. It's nothing to it. It's super flexible. Alright, so that's basically what's going on here. We've got this thing hooked up. We've got it working. It did work on solar, believe me on that. I can't prove it because now it's not doing. Oh, it is doing it now. Okay, see that? Bam. Okay, so now everything's working. Now it's still saying vehicle though, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But so I mean, it's all working. It's charging this bad boy up. It's saying 13.9 right now. So our next thing we're going to try is to, put some loads on this battery. I haven't wired it up so that you can like run stuff off of it. I've got it set up right now. Let me move this stuff out of the way so you can kind of see what's going on here. All right, now you can see stuff and things, right? This is what you really wanted to see. I put some foam over here to keep the battery from moving. Also right here, just a little thin piece. It's actually foam that came with the battery when we bought it, so super convenient. You can see my 2 fuse things are actually stacked on top of each other here for the 2 fuses you need for the battery and for the charger thing. The other thing I did was right here, this is where you would normally have the wire that comes from the primary battery to give you power for your camping stuff. So normally you would have it plugged in here and it would power your sink pump and your 12-volt refrigerator when you're driving. That's what this relay is for. It actually shuts off the 12-volt refrigerator when you're not driving. And that's really the primary things that does. You know, and also your fan for your fridge. Of course, you guys know these two fuses right here is for your sink pump and your fridge. So what I did was I just ran a power wire from our secondary battery to this. I unplugged the one that went to the primary battery, so we're, you know, eliminating that. So now this, you know, lithium battery is going to also power our camping stuff. Probably what I'll do for tomorrow is I have this kind of plug that has a little lead on it. I'll plug another wire in here and run it up to the front here to the dashboard and power like the radio, the interior lights and stuff off of the secondary battery as well, so that we can kind of get an idea, you know, use the radio, use the lights and different things, drain this thing down, see how well our gauge is going to work, see how fast, once we drain this battery down, how fast the charger is going to charge it back up using whatever means that it has at its disposal. See, right now it's, for some reason, the solar's off. I'm getting this little blinking thing with the lithium, so I'm gonna have to see what that's all about. But so that's what's happening for right now. So the project is going on good. Please like and subscribe. If you have any comments on this project, something you would like to see, please put them in the comments. And also make sure you click the notification so you can get notified every day when we do these videos. And if you're interested in these batteries, like I said, we have them on our website for sale. We have the charger for sale. And so that's really how we get supported. You know, watching a YouTube video, for us, these videos make 50 cents, okay? But if you buy the stuff from us, that's where we actually make our real money. And so if you want to say thanks, then that is how you say thanks to us, really. If you possibly can, you buy the stuff from us. The price is pretty much the same as you would buy, or maybe a little bit cheaper from the actual supplier. And everybody wins, right? Win, win, win. Okay? That's what we like. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you're getting more miles per gallon with your van. And check in with us. Hopefully tomorrow we will have some more information on this. All right, talk to you later.